Welcome to Statehouse Rock. I'm Tim Robinson, Executive Director. May 31st was the scheduled end of regular session for 2019, but the legislature remained in session over the weekend to address major issues. Bills that pass both houses will now be sent to the governor for signature or veto. The legislature is expected to return in late November for 2 weeks of veto session. On Monday, the House passed a resolution that would be the first step toward ending the current flat income tax and implementing a graduated income tax. Voters in the November 2020 election will have the final say about whether or not it becomes law. Expect a vigorous public debate as the election heats up. In order for a constitutional amendment to be approved, it must receive yes votes from 60% of those voting on the measure or from a majority of all votes cast. Senate Bill 104, a bill requiring subcontractors on public projects to be paid within 10 business days of receiving payment from the state, rather than the current 15 calendar days, passed both houses and is awaiting action by the governor. House Bill 2838, which would make primes responsible for wage claims against subs or suppliers, even if they were already paid by the prime, stalled in the waning days of session due to legal concerns. ICIC has been asked to continue negotiations with the bill sponsor over the summer. On Friday, the state operating budget and capital bill were introduced. The $45 billion capital bill relies on a doubling of the state gas tax to 38 cents per gallon, increasing vehicle registration fees to $150, a $1 per pack tax hike on cigarettes and vaping, and revenue from sports betting and new casinos. The capital bill included $20 billion for transportation-related projects and $12 billion for vertical construction. We will provide a more detailed analysis of the capital bill in the coming days. The approved $40 billion state budget received a number of GOP votes after a deal was negotiated to allow tax credits. A new tax credit was implemented for data centers, a credit that allows manufacturers to make deductions for equipment purchases was restored, and the corporate franchise tax is set to be phased out. The General Assembly also passed a number of other large pieces of legislation, including abortion legislation, legalization of recreational cannabis, expansion of gambling, including sports contests, and authorization for 6 new casinos. ICIC was able to stop several big pieces of legislation, including a bill that would have required state contractors to download computer tracking software, and Senate Bill 1783, which would have placed the hauling and stockpiling of aggregate materials under prevailing wage. For a more complete list, click the link below. In other news, Jim Underwood, former CDB Executive Director, has been reappointed to that post. That's it for this episode of Statehouse Rock. Thanks for watching.